Close your eyes. Remember the dreams you held as a child, the aspirations that seemed as boundless as the sky itself. The ambition of being a renowned musician, the unwavering belief in becoming a star athlete, the burning desire to leave your mark on the world. Where are those dreams now? Life, with its relentless current, has a way of pulling us in different directions, leading us down paths we never anticipated. The weight of responsibilities, fear of failure, countless distractions that vie for our attention, they all conspire to dim the light of our dreams. But what if the key to rekindling that fire, to reclaiming those lost ambitions, lies not in some Herculean effort, but in the smallest of actions, repeated consistently over time? This is the powerful premise of James Clear's Atomic Habits, a book that explores the transformative power of tiny changes. Clear, former athlete whose life was forever altered by a devastating baseball accident, discovered firsthand that real progress hinges not on grandiose gestures, but on the unwavering commitment to small, incremental improvement. It was during his long and arduous recovery that he stumbled upon a profound truth. Success is not a destination, but a system, a continuous process of refinement and improvement. This revelation didn't come in a flash of blinding insight, but rather emerged gradually, like a photograph developing in a dark room. He began by establishing a system, a framework for consistent self-improvement, one tiny habit at a time. This wasn't about chasing some elusive finish line, but about becoming the kind of person capable of achieving anything they set their mind to. His journey led him to develop a simple yet powerful framework, a set of 4 laws that govern behavior change. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. These laws, he argues, offer a practical guide not only for building better habits, but for understanding the very essence of human behavior. Think of habits as the compound interest of self-improvement. Just as money multiplies exponentially through the magic of compound interest, so too do our habits compound over time, shaping our character and steering the trajectory of our lives. But here's the catch. This compounding effect cuts both ways. Good habits can propel us towards our goals, but bad habits can just as easily lead us astray. This is where Clear's first law, make it obvious, comes into play. It underscores the profound influence our environment exerts on our behavior. Consider the Japanese practice of pointing and calling, a safety protocol used by railway workers to dramatically reduce errors. By verbally acknowledging a cue, by dragging it from the shadowy recesses of our subconscious into the bright light of awareness, we increase the likelihood of taking action. This principle extends far beyond the train tracks, reaching into the heart of our daily lives. Yearning to eat healthier? Make it a habit to keep a bowl overflowing with colorful, enticing fruit on your counter, a visual reminder that greets you every time you step into the kitchen. Determined to exercise more? Lay out your workout clothes the night before, eliminating that last-minute scramble and reducing the friction of starting. But what about those pesky bad habits that cling to us like shadows, the ones that sabotage our best intentions and hold us back from living our best lives? In these cases, we can harness the power of inversion, flipping the first law on its head, make it invisible. Just as making good habits obvious increases their likelihood of being performed, rendering bad habits invisible reduces our exposure to the seductive cues that trigger them. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how individuals with seemingly effortless self-control rarely appear to struggle? It's not because they're armed with superhuman willpower, because they've become architects of their environment, meticulously designing their lives to minimize distractions and sidestep the need for constant self-control. They understand a fundamental truth. Dodging temptation is far easier than wrestling with it. But understanding our triggers, while crucial, is only one piece of the puzzle. To truly become masters of our habits, we need to transform them from mundane obligations into irresistible forces that pull us toward our desired behaviors. That's where Clear's second law, make it attractive, enters the scene. Remember those herring gulls we mentioned earlier? The ones with an insatiable appetite for fish and a peculiar reaction to red dots? Their behavior holds a surprising mirror to our own motivations. Nico Tinbergen, a pioneering Dutch scientist who dedicated years to unraveling their secrets, discovered that by exaggerating certain elements of their natural environment, he could elicit an irresistible response in these birds. He termed these exaggerated stimuli supernormal stimuli, and they held a profound implication. Even creatures driven by instinct can be swayed by the allure of the extraordinary. Our human brains, for all their complexity, share a fundamental similarity with those instinct-driven gulls. We're hardwired to prioritize the immediate buzz of gratification over the delayed rewards of patience. We crave the anticipation of pleasure, the dopamine jolt that floods our system at the mere thought of a reward. And it's this very craving, this anticipatory delight, that fuels our actions. Consider the power of temptation bundling, a strategy that masterfully leverages this principle to inject enjoyment even into the most tedious tasks. The secret lies in linking an action you have to do with an action you crave, weaving them together to create a heightened sense of anticipation and making the entire experience more appealing. Dreading those weekly reports? Allow yourself to indulge in your favorite podcast only while crunching numbers and crafting those charts. Find yourself endlessly scrolling through social media when you should be hitting the gym? Make it a rule to only check your feeds after a heart-pumping workout. By strategically pairing temptations, we hack our brain's reward system, turning it from a potential saboteur into a powerful ally. But our social environment, the tapestry of relationships we weave ourselves into, also wields a powerful influence on our habits. We are, by our very nature, social creatures, hardwired to seek the warmth of approval and the comfort of belonging. We subconsciously, and sometimes quite consciously, adopt the habits of those around us, especially those we hold in high esteem or aspire to emulate. This is why immersing ourselves in a culture where our desired behavior is the norm can be such a potent catalyst for change. When we witness people we respect embodying positive habits, it subtly shifts our perception, normalizing those behaviors and making them more enticing. Clear's third law, make it easy, reminds us that the degree of friction, those tiny obstacles that stand between intention and action, directly impacts our likelihood of following through. The universe, for all its mind-boggling vastness, operates on a deceptively simple principle: the law of least action. Energy, whether it's coursing through electrical circuits or propelling our bodies through space, will invariably choose the path of least resistance. And this principle applies just as powerfully to the realm of human behavior. We're naturally drawn to the option that demands the least mental and physical effort. This is why minimizing the friction associated with good habits, while simultaneously amplifying the friction linked to bad habits, is paramount. Design your environment to make positive actions feel as natural as breathing, and negative actions feel as difficult as swimming through quicksand. Consider the 2-minute rule, a deceptively simple yet incredibly effective strategy outsmarting procrastination and building momentum. The magic lies in breaking down any desired habit into a bite-sized action and be accomplished in 2 minutes or less. Yearning to write a book? Don't pressure yourself to churn out chapters. Simply commit to writing one sentence. Want to cultivate a meditation practice? Start by sitting in stillness for a single minute. By making that initial action feel laughably easy, you outmaneuver the insidious grip of procrastination and set yourself up for a victory. And here's the beauty of it. Once you've taken that first step, it's infinitely easier to keep going. But habits, no matter how simple or alluring, ultimately mean little if they fail to deliver a sense of satisfaction. This brings us to Clear's fourth and final law of behavior change. Make it satisfying. Our brains, sculpted by millions of years of evolution, are wired to prioritize the immediate buzz of a reward over the delayed gratification of patience. We crave instant feedback, a tangible sign that our efforts are making a difference. And this is where the simple act of habit tracking can become surprisingly powerful. Remember the story of Trent Dursmid, the young, ambitious salesman who stumbled upon a simple yet ingenious method to supercharge his sales? Each morning, he'd begin his day with 120 paper clips, representing his daily sales call target in one jar. With each completed call, he'd ceremoniously transfer a single paperclip to a second jar. This straightforward visual reminder of his progress, this instant feedback loop, fueled his motivation and kept him laser-focused on his goals. But what about those times when we're battling to break free from the clutches of a bad habit? The secret lies in embracing the inverse of the fourth law. Make it unsatisfying. By attaching an immediate cost to our negative behaviors, we make them less appealing, less likely to lure us back in. One remarkably effective method for achieving this is through the power of a habit contract. By publicly declaring our intentions, outlining the consequences of our actions, and enlisting an accountability partner to hold our feet to the fire, we raise the stakes considerably, making it much harder to rationalize our way back into our bad habits. Knowing that someone is watching, that our slip-ups won't go unnoticed, can be a potent motivator. These 4 laws, when woven into the fabric of our lives, can spark profound transformation. But here's a final twist, an unexpected insight that can unlock even greater levels of achievement. It's not enough to simply work hard. We must also work smart. We must become strategic players, choosing our battles wisely and learning to play a game where the odds are stacked in our favor. This means embarking on a journey of self-discovery, unearthing our unique strengths and weaknesses, understanding the nuances of our personality, and acknowledging our natural inclination. It means identifying the habits that harmonize with our innate abilities, ones that feel inherently effortless and enjoyable, not like an uphill battle against our very nature. And it requires an openness to experimentation, a willingness to explore different approaches until we uncover the ones that resonate deep within our core. The truth is, our genes, while they provide the blueprint for our potential, don't dictate our destiny. They offer whispers of our inherent inclinations, highlighting areas where we might flourish with greater ease. But the real magic happens when we, conscious architects of our lives, take the reins. We must put in the work, nurture the habits that align with our strengths, and construct a system that magnifies our abilities while mitigating our weaknesses. Remember this, success is not a destination we arrive at, but a path we continuously forge. A never-ending process of refining and improving. The secret lies in starting small, in directing our focus towards building a system of atomic habits that compound over time, propelling us towards our goals with the quiet but unstoppable force of a glacier. Now let's revisit those dreams from your past, the ones you may have tucked away in the attic of your heart. What would it take to dust them off, to reignite that spark, to step boldly into the person you were always meant to be? Power to transform your habits, and in doing so to transform your life, rests firmly within your grasp. Start small. Start now. And never stop evolving.
You've heard how others are using the power of tiny changes to transform their lives. They're finding it easy to read and packed with great ideas and easy to implement steps. They're inspired by the real and honest stories, and they're using the practical and adaptable advice to get organized, hold themselves accountable, and create successful habits. What small changes will you make starting today? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to 2N Reviews for more insights on how to live your best life. And if you found this video helpful, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Until next time, keep striving, keep growing, and keep believing in the power of small changes.
Seeds of change planted deep inside. Small steps taken with purpose as our guide. Day by day, we rise and greet the sun. A new horizon, a journey begun. Atomic habits shaping who we are. Building momentum, reaching for a distant star. With every action, we rewrite our fate. Unlocking potential, it's never too late. Breaking chains of doubt with find our way, transforming weakness into strength today. Consistency, our compass, guiding us along. A symphony of progress, a triumphant song. Atomic habits, shaping who we are. Building momentum, reaching for a distant star. With every action, we rewrite our fate. Unlocking potential, it's never too late. Like whispers in the wind, they gently nudge. Small victories won with each step we budge. The compound effect, a force we embrace, transforming our lives at our own pace. Atomic habits, shaping who we are. Building momentum, reaching for a distant star. With every action, we rewrite our fate. Unlocking potential, it's never